obvious. Place one more acca and I'll qualify for Betway's free bet club.
Impossible.
I can place as many multiples as I like. I get £10 in free bets if I spend 25 quid.
Well, they just do it every week.
There's so many.
I know. I can place a bet on any of these sports.
For the love of the game, Betway.
What? The fridge freezer's died? Can't wait until payday to get that fixed. Quick, think.
Restore some order. Find out more at quickquid.co.uk.
Know how your DNA connects you to the world. Get 30% off each kit at 23andme.co.uk.
Hello, can I help you? Oh, yeah, I've got a package for this address.
Oh, great. Can you leave it next door, please?
Yeah, okay, no problem.
Who's a good boy? Sorry, not you. Does your doorbell let you see and speak to whoever's at the door? Mine does.
With Ring, you're always home. Available at ring.com and selected retailers.
The free ClearScore app helps you track your money. Because the better your credit score, the better deals you can get on mortgages. Get your money rocking with ClearScore.
What a trade price that is!
Really looks to business.
What a van, what a van, what a van! Lisa Vanarama van.
It's time to bring the action!
Whoa! There's contact!
Oh, that is huge!
The 2018 Verizon IndyCar Series, live from Pennsylvania.
So here we go. BT Sports live coverage of the new National League season is underway, and we kick off today with Salford City against Leyton Orient. The game, as always, available in 4K ultra high definition for BT TV customers at channel 433. So let's get the party started, shall we, with our commentators for the afternoon, Adam Virgo alongside Adam Summerton.
Thank you, Matt. Afternoon, everyone. Brilliant to have the football back, and this should be another National League season to savour. A potential blockbuster to get us going as well. Two of the would-be title challengers. Salford City ambitious and well-backed. The Ammies hoping to reach the Football League for the very first time. Leyton Orient spent 112 years there before the club's 2017 relegation. This is the first competitive meeting between these two clubs. Of course, their respective histories, as the fans will tell you, couldn't be more different. But their pre-season ambitions are identical. Of course, big-name arrivals at Salford City. That man, Adam Rooney, perhaps the pick of the bunch in that respect. With number 9 on his back, he will lead the line. Both of these clubs, you would think, will feel that promotion is very achievable indeed this season. It's the time of the year when hope springs eternal for football fans. Dreams untainted by harsh realities. But supporters of these two clubs with every justification for being both excited and optimistic. Let's take a check on the teams then at the Peninsula Stadium. 6 new signings start Salford City's first game at this level. Among them, Adam Rooney, who's moved from Aberdeen, made national headlines. Captain Liam Hogan was born in Salford, as was Tom Walker, who starts on the left. Danny Whitehead won the National League with Macclesfield last season. No major change at Orient this summer, just 2 new signings. One of them, Dale Gorman, isn't involved as he continues his recovery from an ankle injury, but there is a start for James Olabi, who's arrived from Tranmere and partners last season's top scorer Macaulay Bonne up front. Joby McAnuff was appointed the club's new full-time skipper this summer. Adam Virgo has been having a look through the two sides. How do you think they'll line up tactically, Adam?
Well, they'll sort of be similar in terms of going with a 4-4-2, but I think Salford City would be slightly more different because they could go into a 3 as well, with Lloyd offering a little bit of extra support to Gaffney and Rooney as well. Being aware of Walker on that left-hand side, quality left foot. And you've got Whitehead, who's probably more attacking at Maxwell, maybe to be looking to sit that little bit more. You're looking at Leyton Orient. I think Karoma in on that right-hand side is going to be a really, really big positive for Justin Edinburgh's side. The pace that he can really produce. And, of course, Macaulay Bonne, the biggest number 9 to lead the line. He's going to try and stretch play, and that could create space for Alabi as well in that final third to be difficult to play against.
Daniel Middleton is the man in the middle today. Took charge of 18 National League matches last season. He showed 50 yellow cards, just the 1 red. Also refereed in Premier League 2 last season. Well, they do say that the future's bright at Salford City. They certainly are starting them young, aren't they? There's a real buzz around Salford and indeed the greater Manchester area. Much of the talk has been about the new signings, the sort of impact that they will make. And he's certainly had tongues wagging north of the border as well as south of it. Adam Rooney, having finished second place in the Scottish top flight last season, now in the top tier of non-league football. And Leyton Orient fans absolutely delighted that their club have managed to keep hold of that man, Macaulay Bonne. 22 league goals for him last season. Well, we've got opening day weather, haven't we? It's a great setting, the Peninsula Stadium in Salford. The National League provided us with so much drama and intrigue last season. You suspect this one will be no different. Such an unpredictable division which is bursting at the seams with great stories. And how about this one? An opening day meeting of 2 clubs who were 5 leagues apart as recently as 2015. Brought together by 2 relegations for Orient, 3 Salford promotions. Off we go then. The National League season underway. All that planning and preparation done. Let's have the hard yards on the training ground. Now it's time to really let the feet do the talking. And it's Lloyd with the early ball in, which is a comfortable take for Dean Brill.
Well, certainly a great game on paper to open the season with. Salford City arguably certainly starting as the favourites for this league with the new signings that have come in, the story behind it. Certainly feel that Leyton Orient in the situation they were last year away at Sutton. Now got it on the opposite foot, that they can go into this game a little bit more relaxed, certainly more organised under Justin Edinburgh. A solid side with good experience, so I think for Graham Alexander's side today it'll be a big test. Interesting to see how both sides settle into the game in the first 15 minutes with the new season.
Taken down here by Karoma. Kept in by Link. And again finds Karoma, who had such a strong end to last season, has been very good in pre-season as well for Leyton Orient. Here's Alabi, who's looking to strike up a new partnership this season with Macaulay Bonne up top, and well, if that does click, they could be really deadly in the National League. Biagiani with the header clear, preferred in the starting lineup today to the vastly experienced Nathan Pond. Here's Danny Lloyd. Away from McAnuff, and in it goes towards Rooney, taken away from him by Coulson. Alabi with the flick on. Link.
Something really interesting down this right-hand side for Salford with Wiseman and Lloyd's creating a very good 2-on-1 against Whittleson. It's really important. Joby McAnuff just offers his fullback a little bit of extra support and doesn't leave his fullback 2-on-1. A couple of times now, Lloyd's just had the ball. Because of the overlap of Wiseman, it's just created that bit of space for him to get a couple of crosses in already.
Long ball from Coulson. Back here with Chris Neal, who's been signed by the Amis from Fleetwood. Once won a year's supply of pizza for keeping a clean sheet in an FA Cup game against Leicester with his previous club, who said Pizza Company were a sponsor. Hammies against the Oats, two of the National League's potential title challengers. It's a game, as Adam was saying, that promises much, a bit like the season in general. This is Graham Alexander's first competitive game in charge of Salford. The managerial duo who got them promoted, Bernard Morley and Anthony Johnson, left the club by mutual consent in May. Now in charge at Chester, not a million miles away from here. Lloyd getting wide. There's a late challenge there by Clay. The referees played the advantage. I think he'll want a word with Clay, though. Lloyd, who's looked lively in the early stages here. Here comes that talking to the former Grimsby man, Craig Clay. Give him the benefit of the doubt, it would seem, Adam.
A slightly late challenge there on Scott Wiseman. Referee tried to play the advantage. The advantage went long enough on for Leyton Orient to get their throw in now. Certainly an area already that Salford have really tried to capitalise on with that bit of quality of Lloyd, that good first touch that he certainly has. So my concern is they are dropping a tiny bit deep when Leyton Orient have good possession in that midfield area.
Wiseman, one of the new signings at Salford. He's a Gibraltar international, actually. McAnuff. Forward it goes towards Alabi. Flag was up on the far side.
Certainly not the worst ball to play in the first 15 minutes.
Justin Edinburgh doing a great job at Orient. They were 20th and hadn't won in 14 league matches when he took over at the end of November last season. They ended up 13th. And just speaking to him before the game, Adam, I detected a real confidence, I think, that comes from the continuity that they've had at Orient over the summer. Very little changes.
Yeah, I think it was very important. I think the changes that you saw when he took over from Steve Davis was that, as I said before with Matt, they seem more organised, they seem more disciplined, they had a bit more grit in their play. Much better on the counter-attack, winning games that they were possibly losing at the first half of the season. And I always thought they had a good squad, just possibly felt that they weren't really fulfilling their potential.
Maynard with the ball wide here to Toure. Gaffney on the edge of the area with back to goal, and it goes from Toure. Look to try and take the goalkeeper Brill by surprise, and we'll have the first corner kick of the game.
Yeah, just a little smirk afterwards from Dean Brill. Maybe could have felt they could have done better by possibly catching it, but early part of the season, you don't want to take too many chances.
Almost 6 minutes gone in Salford. What can the Ammies do from this? Plenty forward for them, and there's the header. It was Lois Maynard up there, as was Piergiani.
First real opportunity for Salford to get forward and get a shot on Leyton Orient's goal. Always a comfortable height there for the goalkeeper. Just saw his reaction afterwards. I think afterwards he probably felt he could have done better by possibly catching it.
When he came to the club last season, Dean Brill, it was with coaching responsibilities as well, but those have now been dropped and just concentrate on being the number one.
He's got goalkeepers in abundance. Justin Edinburgh, Sam Surgeon now the number 2, and unfortunately for Charlie Granger, I think injuries in pre-season has put him down to the number 3 spot. There's a good squad here now. Orient has a good feel factor.
Plenty for Widowson to aim for here, who started out at West Ham. In fact, he once marked David Beckham in a pre-season friendly against the MLS All-Stars. Piergiani rose highest on the edge of the box. Forward it goes quickly here to Gaffney, who's got Rooney arriving in the box. Rooney! Deflected, it was on target, that as well. Really important block. Ling in the way of it. Piergiani looking to win it back, as did Toure. Well, he got himself in the way to great effect there, Sam Ling.
He did very, very well. Realised the danger. It's great position as the fullback. He's got Danny Whitehead on the right side of him as well, moving in that late run into the box. Tom Walker there as well, but then realised that it was going to go back to Rooney.
Wiseman, good movement here from Lloyd. The cross towards Whitehead, it's a good header, and Gaffney brings it down. And they're just starting now to offer a bit of a threat, Salford City.
It's the movement in the final third that is really creating space now for crosses to come into the box. Again, bodies in there as well. Just getting a little bit of time, but give credit to Coulson. Once he realised he had to go and squeeze out, throws his body in the way. That's two great blocks now from Orient.
They're in a rush to take the corner as well. Towards that back post. Hogan was up from the bat, but just couldn't quite direct it on target.
There's a couple of corners that have come in now. Just that little 3-iron really just drilled into the far post area. Widdowson there done brilliantly just to stay with Hogan, not really allow him to get too much jump on him. Creeping into the game now, the home side.
Hogan, one of the players who remains from last season, born in Salford, has had 3 promotions with 3 different clubs, also has gone up before with Halifax and Fleetwood. Experience that could prove very handy indeed for Salford City. It's met by the head of Elacobi. What about the fact, though, Adam, that they're 2-1 with the bookmakers, Salford City? No club has ever gone from 6th tier to the Football League in consecutive seasons. Are those odds too short?
I think so. I think that there are other sides in there as well. You look at the experience of Martin Allen at Chesterfield and John Steele, the new challenger at Barnet. I mean, they are small odds, but I think there's going to be a long, long way, and I think it's going to be easier as everyone thinks it's going to be.
Whitehead's header, flicked by Coulson, who took a bit of a risk there. Got away with it, though. 10 gone, Adam. Which of the managers will be happier, as you think?
I think Justin Enner will be certainly delighted with the side start so far, that you know in the final third that Salford are going to have 1 or 2 opportunities, and I think they've defended very, very well. I think for Graham Alexander that they're slowly creeping into the game now, and that pattern in the final third of Lloyd on this right-hand side, wanting to cut in on his left, just gaining confidence slightly now, but I think Justin will certainly be pleased the first 10 minutes so far, the way that it's gone for him.
He said that he feels the focus on Salford affords Orient some breathing space in terms of pressure and expectation. I guess a lot of National League clubs who might be in the conversation to win the league title would have very similar feelings.
Of course, I think for Tranmere for the last couple of years it was always the expectation on them, and I think that's why Macclesfield had that good season last year of winning the league, but a good start as well.
Gaffney. Walker. Nicely away from Clay. He's got Lloyd through the middle. Wide here for Ibu Toure. Fullback who does like to get into advanced areas. Whitehead. Wiseman. Lloyd. Zipping it about nicely. Salford, but it's swung back for Orient by Widdowson. Now it's Karoma. Alabius peeled wide here. All from Lawless. Finds touch. Plenty of competition for places in the heart of that Orient midfield this season. There's Charlie Lee back to fitness now and among the subs today. Dale Gorman, a summer signing, is not quite fit yet, but he'll play, you would think, a really important role for Orient in that area, in the engine room. Off by Rooney. Wiseman. Lloyd gets on the turn. Here's Widdowson. Salford's pre-season produced 3 wins, 2 defeats. Did win their final game, 2-1 at Altrincham on the 28th of July. 3 wins, 2 draws and a defeat in pre-season for Orient. And rounded things off with a 2-2 home draw to Southend last weekend. So it's always difficult to take too much from pre-season, but both managers seemed relatively happy with those campaigns. Up comes Widowson to take the throw in. Alakobi, former Wolves man. On ball from Coulson up towards Macaulay Bonne, who's seen very little of the ball so far.
Yeah, I haven't really got the ball more central, Leyton Orient. I don't think that Clay and Lawless have just gotten the ball quite enough, because a couple of times he's putting on to probably Hogan more, playing on his shoulder. It's just a couple of times just saying to his 2 centre midfielders, just try and clip one into the channels a couple of more times for me to just try and run onto, but they're just not quite getting that dictation in the midfield for just Leyton Orient.
Lawless. Clay. Plenty of pace in the forward areas with the likes of Alabi and this man Karoma. Bonne and Alabi waiting in the middle. He's really fizzed that in, but it's a good take by Chris Neal.
I think it was the real option that he had, because Alabi and Bonne had already made their runs into the box, so they're already standing still. So we're looking for the parry from Neal.
Wiseman put under pressure by the O skipper McAnuff. Played forward here by Hogan. Gaffney tangling with Alakobi. It'll be a good battle, that. 2 players who like the physical side of the game, but they weren't quite on the same wavelength there. Walker not providing the movement that Lloyd wanted.
Oh, the run was already made by Walker, then he decided to stop, and that's why Danny Lloyd played that through, but we only really had Rooney on the diagonal as well.
Lloyd, a player who Salford had been chasing for a good few years before they eventually got him this summer. Gary Neville saying in an interview that he always used to do well against them. On the ball here as well, Lloyd. Rooney's arrived in the middle, and Lloyd might go alone. It's another good block. This time it was Coulson in the way for Leyton Orient.
There's another good block there from Coulson. The only problem you have with the left foot on the right-hand side, you want to take an extra touch to cut in on that left foot of his. Possibly a foul there from Widowson. He could have played the cut back there. He's on your right foot, you take 1 touch and then you hit it across the goalkeeper, but there, the extra touch just right there allows then Coulson to come out and make another block.
In goes the corner. Maynard was the player who got his head to it. There were 1 or 2 appeals there from the Salford players. Here's Wiseman. Good strength shown by James Alabi. Sliding challenge by Wiseman halts the progress of McAnuff.
Great forward play there from James Alabi, just chasing back. Gets goal side of Widowson, but for me, nothing too much in that. Looking for a little bit there for Scott Hogan, a decent refereeing.
Played forward by Bonne. Now by Alabi on Hogan. Needs a good season, James Alabi. It was all a bit stop-start for him last season after that move to Tranmere. Didn't really work out. Of course, was on loan at Dover as well, as the offside flag is up against Gaffney. Just our apologies if some bad language has come through on our pitch-side microphones. The fans really close to the pitch, as they are, of course, at many National League grounds. An ever-improving venue, the Peninsula Stadium. Capacity now up to 5,000. Maynard's header. Macaulay Bonne. It's one for Alabi to chase.
It's not the worst ball for Leyton Orient in that channel. You just need them to stay onside. 2 times it's gone in that channel and it's not happened. Only real opportunity that Leyton Orient have really created. I was talking about the runs of Alabi and Bono in the box already. They're already standing still. I think Karami did the right thing there, going towards goal. And maybe looking for a parry from Chris Neal to fall out to him. Decent hands from him, decent height, one you expect him to make.
Toure with the throw in here for Salford. Movement provided by Maynard. Ling's header. Look on by Rooney. Just kept in there by Toure. Down the line it goes here for Tom Walker. It's a nice turn as well from the former FC United player, and he's got the free kick too. This will be a very good opportunity for Salford to whip it into the box, and they've got plenty of players who can do that.
Well, they certainly do, and it was a decent play there from Tom Walker. Originally got the right side of Sam Ling. That situation there, he gets goal side of you. Just try and get back and make a challenge of your arms really more than diving in. Now creates a difficult opportunity now with this left foot, with also Walker and Lloyd looking to try and take responsibility.
Plenty of height in this Salford side as well, with of course the 2 centre forwards, 6 foot plus, Gaffney and Rooney. And the centre halves, Hogan and Piergianni, are up there as well. Alakobi with an important header there, but it's something of an up and under. And Piergianni, that's a good stop by Brill.
Always going to be massive second balls, and Coulson wins that header there. And he comes out now. Just Craig Clay just got drawn towards the ball a little bit, and that left a little bit of space there for Piergianni to get that header. He just gets caught ball watching slightly. And Alakobi couldn't get out there to make the challenge.
It's the supporters' player of the year last season, Piergianni. Toure was first to it for Salford. Thought he might be tempted to shoot, he was, and well, certainly asked the question of Brill, who did well to hold on to that.
He did well. It was a really good save from him. On the front foot, Toure from the back. Why not have a shot? He's had one already. Just one of those awkward ones, you know, in the likes of Gaffney and Rooney are following in, so you can't afford to have a parry. Soft hands there from the goalkeeper.
McAnuff. Could be a chance here maybe for Leyton Orient. Macaulay Bont has done well to hold off Piergianni. And there's the cross from Widowson. And the header from Maynard was a clever one to Whitehead. Straight away looks to bring Rooney into the game. Just ran away from Clay. Maynard picks it up and gives it to Whitehead. Karoma, who's got Ling on the outside. This looks promising for the O's. Bond calling for it in the middle. Piergianni headed clear for the Amis. Clay. Ling. Lawless. And there's the shot! Oh, goodness me, how close was that? Tremendous effort from Lawless, who is so unlucky.
Great strike from him. I don't think the initial ball was for him when it came in from Ling, but he took the responsibility on. I thought that was in when it came off the post. Just took a slight deflection off Scott Hogan's head as well that took it onto the post. So close, just a little deflection there.
He has been excellent in pre-season. Lawless has earned his place in the starting lineup today. Really impressed just in Edinburgh in the pre-season games. Now the corner for Orient. Coulson is the player chasing to try and keep it in, and he does. Lawless with the first-time cross. Alakobi is in there, Macaulay Bon is too, but he just couldn't generate the power.
Yeah, it's always going to be a difficult header there for Macaulay Bon, a standing jump then to try and generate the power as well. A good little spell now for the away side.
Gaffney. Danny Lloyd, who's up against George Alakobi here. Coulson got there before Rooney. It's hammered clear by the captain, McAnuff. Now by Piergianni. On Alabi, who was a little clever there. Wasn't much on for him and won the foul.
It's just one of those needless fouls, Adam, where he's not going anywhere. He's got his back to goal. It's a needless foul now. The likes of Elokobi and Coulson can come up from the back.
Another chance to cross for Karoma here. They're certainly getting in the groove now. Leyton Orient as Touré's forced to put it behind, and they're having to do a fair bit of defending the home side.
He's just switched off slightly. He's expecting Coulson and Elokobi to be coming up from the back and then just being hit on the diagonal, but you know, looking sharp and bright as well.
You'll notice there, that's a real slant on the pitch here. It was one of the first things that myself and Chris Hargreaves noticed as we got to the ground, but that picture there really does emphasise it. McAnuff to take the corner then for Leyton Orient, who are threatening here. It's over the head of Maynard. Whitehead was found well by Gaffney. So a foul there on Lloyd by Karoma. I think Orient are trying to suggest it was just an unfortunate coming together. This will give us a better idea.
Just a good bit of strength there from Karoma, in my opinion.
He's so far operated a policy of leniency, the referee, Daniel Middleton. "25 minutes gone in Salford. Widdowson with the header, and it's been brought down by Rooney. There were one or two appeals there, but it's Wiseman who's got Gaffney on the outside, really busy inside that penalty area. He's going to get another chance here, Gaffney, up against McAnuff. There's the cross. Cleared by Coulson. Walker trying to win it back. Not the most convincing of headers clear. All a bit congested in the middle here. Maybe they need a bit of width. Whitehead with the shot. Just all a bit rushed in the end, that by Salford, as Macaulay Bond chases. Alabi. Now they're looking stretched here. Salford. It's Karoma. And Karoma looking to cut inside. He just showed too much of that to Piergianni. Salford have got a man down. That's Liam Hogan, the captain.
They don't need to stop that. He doesn't need to stop that, the referee. In my opinion, he's not that wrong.
He had been down for a little while, Hogan. The referee, I think, had already noticed him, but decided to let it go on, and then changed his mind and stopped it.
Don't get me wrong, it's a sore one. Head injuries, we've said before, completely understand there, but he's taken a whack and he's stayed down. Leyton Orient want to kick it out, that's up to them, but for me, I don't think that's a reason to stop the game.
It's given the players a chance to just have a breather, because it is pretty warm down there on pitch level. It's certainly opening day conditions. It's been a good watch so far.
I've enjoyed it. Never know, sometimes the early season nerves of the pre-season favourites, and a side that could really go strong this season with Leyton Orient as well. I think Coulson's been excellent for Leyton Orient so far, Adam. The headers that he's won, the organisation as well, has been very, very important.
It's a brilliant view, isn't it? They really have invested so much, not just on players, which has made the headlines at Salford, but also in the infrastructure of the club. And you stand, lots of the stadium's brand new, really. They've come on a long way, haven't they, since those days in the 8th tier. Well, they wouldn't mind two of those men in the Salford side today, would they? Ryan Giggs on the left, Paul Scholes on the right. Of course, both part owners of the football club, 10% shares. And no one could ever accuse them of not putting their money where their mouths are in respect of this
100%.
football club.
Oh, 100%, Adam. This is why I feel that the criticism of Salford City has been unjustified. That, as I said before, those 5 players in particular have worked their socks off to get where they were in their careers and earn the money that they rightly deserve, and I've never had a problem with that. And they put it back into a community, and they're putting it back into a club that they want to take forward, so full credit to them.
Alabi has brought it down, and Karoma with the ball over. You'll notice Chris Casper there, of course, another former Manchester United player who's involved in the day-to-day running of the football club as well. It's a very valuable role, of course. One man who's not there, who is so closely associated with Salford these days, Gary Neville. And I should mention Peter Lim, too, who is the majority shareholder, 50% of the club he owns. But here's Lawless. Now Macaulay Bonne hits it first time, and it was almost carried out to Alabi, but not quite, but the flag was up regardless. But Macaulay Bonne there got in the best position that he has done all game.
Yeah, what I love about him, Adam, is that he's always looking on the shoulders, he's always looking to play, and for me, the period Yanni was playing him on, just one of those ones that you open your body out and you're trying to find the corner. They'll keep picking up those positions all the time, they can find him.
And he's going to be such a danger man this season. Says he wants to play at as high as the Championship. Macaulay Bonne, that's his ambition. We're at Wembley for the season curtain raiser tomorrow. The FA Cup winners against the champions. Chelsea against Manchester City starts at 2 on 4K as well. You can see all the goals from today's National League games in our highlight show tomorrow night from 9:30. Wilson trying to take it off Lloyd, who sees the decision go against him.
The initial reaction was it was actually a failed free kick to Danny Lloyd. I'm not too sure how that's gone the other way.
Encouraging start to Danny Lloyd's Salford career. Certainly been a bundle of energy in that final third. Walker. Ibu Toure, who's a Gambia international. Was with Everton as a youngster. Wiseman. Chip forward here by Lois Maynard. Watched all the way by Ella Kobe. Wiseman finding Lloyd here on the edge of the area. It's sat up to be hit, decided against it. And Walker! It's a good save. Really well positioned there, Dean Brill.
Did really well. They just switched off slightly, Leyton Orient. And selfishness there from Danny Lloyd. I thought when he just took it past Ling, he did the right thing to set Walker up, but again, he'd be disappointed with that shot, looking to try and hit it across. Dean Brill slightly more.
Born in Salford, Tom Walker, almost combining to good effect there with Lloyd. Walker spotted the run forward here by Toure. Ling decided not to put in the challenge immediately, but the cross was way off its intended target with both Rooney and Gaffney in the middle.
Slightly too much on that one.
I asked you after 10 minutes, Adam, which of the two managers would be the happier. I have to say, I'm going to ask you the same question again, but I'm asking a question I don't know the answer to, really, because it's been quite close, hasn't it?
It's been sort of ups and downs between these first half an hour or so. Salford coming close on one or two occasions, but his side has certainly had the best chance in Lawless's shot from the edge of the box. I think they created some good chances as well, defended well when they've had to. It's certainly an even game at the moment, Adam.
Offside flag up against Gaffney. Signed for Salford from Bristol Rovers, said that a couple of his old Gas teammates told him how tough the National League is. And I think that was certainly what Orient found as a collective on the opening weekend. If we're to cast our minds back a year ago, I think they were given a shot, weren't they, live on BT Sport at Sutton United. It's a very different feel about Orient now, isn't it? A lot more savvy.
Yeah, massive change and massive difference in the word mentality for me for them completely different. Certainly look a lot more organised, and there'll be periods in this game which they've shown in the first 32 minutes that they've had to defend well, and they've done that when you throw blocks, and I think Coulson's been excellent at the back so far, and they're creating good chances in that final third.
I mentioned those really short title odds for Salford City of 2-1 with some bookmakers. I saw Orient quoted at around 11-1. Of course, worth reminding people from the outset that there is just one automatic promotion slot in the National League. Only the champions guaranteed a place in League Two. And talking of the odds, there you go. Fylde, of course, have invested some money this summer and were in the playoffs at the end of last season. Could be a good shout. It's in towards Spon. These two clubs who really should be right in the mix. As we approach the final 10 minutes of this interesting first half at the Peninsula Stadium. Alabi being watched closely. Coulson's in there too, the big centre half. There was a decent header that by Elakobi. Well watched though by Chris Neal.
Yeah, certainly presence in the air, George Elakobi.
Great experience to be able to call upon for Justin Edinburgh. Elakobi has played in the top 5 divisions of English football. It's Hogan's header. BT Sport score will follow next weekend, but also next Saturday we have Wrexham against Boreham Wood. That's our next live National League action. Coverage begins at 12:15, and then, as I mentioned, the score with Mark Pugac. That returns from 2:45 next Saturday. And our first live Premier League offering of the new season comes from Molineux, newly promoted Wolves. Spent a few quid as well, haven't they, up against Everton. Bon. And Bon! Well, it just opened up for him a little bit. Hogan did enough to put him off sufficiently.
He did. I just thought the shot maybe opened up to him slightly earlier than when he took the shot on. And the second ball, brilliant there, Karoma. I thought he maybe just hit it there when he took that touch, but he took the extra one, and that allowed Hogan then to maybe put him off when he threw his body towards the ball, but just on his weaker left side, wasn't really getting the connection.
Says he doesn't want to be a flash in the pan, as he put it, Macaulay Bon. Says last season, where he scored 22 league goals, is, in his opinion, just the start for him. And he is young, still only 22, a Zimbabwe international. In fact, that's a bit of an issue, actually, for Orient, because they are going to lose him for some of the international fixtures. I think the first one's coming up in September, a part of the Africa Cup of Nations qualification process.
I remember Steve Davis' last game at Ebbsfleet that Macaulay Bon was away on international duty there, and they missed him massively that night.
We do have Matt Harold, another forward who's still returning from injury. And Karoma has played up front as well. Walker. Whitehead put under pressure by Lawless, who's come closest to breaking the deadlock with that shot that hit the post. Wiseman. Lloyd with the turn. Here's Lloyd again. Chased by Clay, gets the pass away to Walker, who just turns straight into trouble. Whitehead gets it wide to Ibu Toure. Can he find a telling cross? Decides instead to play it down the line here to Walker. Just the delivery from wide areas has let them down at times in this first half.
You could say that, even on Lloyd's side as well. Hasn't really hit a real quality cross in him and Walker, where the likes of Rooney and Gaffney can go and attack it. Only one element of Graham Alexander's side you would say you look at in this first half that the final ball just hasn't been quite right.
Maynard. Bit of space here for Toure. He's got Walker down the line. Inside it goes here to Lewis Maynard. Rooney has done well to win that. No chances taken by Elakobi. It's been kept relatively quiet so far.
I think he's had a difficult first half so far. Struggled to get into the game in good areas, but we're talking about the delivery now from the wide players that hasn't been quite there for him to get on the end of.
Race cross over hit. What about this talk, Adam, about the Rooney move from the top of the Scottish League down to the National League in this country? You've played in Scotland. Is it an accurate reflection to say that it means the standards aren't too dissimilar, or is that unfair?
Listen, I think that's pretty unfair on the SPL. I do think it's a good standard, but unfortunately you see the same league winners season after season, and if you're not playing for the old firm, i.e. Celtic and now Rangers back into the fold, you then look at the money side of it, and the money side is not there. And the National League now, I think it shows great credibility to the National League, how far they've actually come with investors that do come in, and it's the first signing that we've probably seen from a big league. He's now really being competitive in the National League. I can understand why he's done it.
One of the money of Ryan Giggs and Paul Scholes, of course, partly the reason they're able to attract someone like Adam Rooney, who, to be fair to him as well, will have, as he said, been attracted by the sporting project, if you like, on offer here at Salford. They're in a hurry.
The thing with Aberdeen, Adam, as well, is like anything, it's only so far you can go in the SPL with the terms of how far Celtic are ahead of the other teams there. This is a great new challenge that sometimes players do need.
Lawless sends it up towards Alabi here. Here Gianni got up above him though. Top of the shirt by Clay on Maynard. They're taking it quickly, and it's one for Gaffney to chase, but the referee here pulling it back. Well, that's quite a big call, you know, from the referee, because they were in a great position there, Salford.
He's right though, Adam. Don't get me wrong, it's a decent strike, but a rolling ball, he is right. It's
Gaffney's header. Last 5 minutes then of this first half. Are we going to see the deadlock broken before half-time? I feel Salford will have taken inspiration from the fact that two of last season's newly promoted sides finished in the playoff places. Coming together here between Lloyd and Bond, two real competitors.
I think just like a little elbow on the back of his head, Danny Lloyd. Just there.
Picked on by Lawless. Elakobi beat Gaffney to it. Flicked by Rooney. Whitehead with the header. Game just a little bit stop-start at the moment. It's lacking some rhythm in the closing stages of this first 45.
Certainly, I think the first 25 minutes was good tempo, good pace. Certainly the game's levelled out a little bit now, a bit stop-start. No side really getting control of possession, dictating the game's pace at the moment.
Nice. Half-time ahead of him, and preparing what he's about to say, it would appear, Graham Alexander. Just developing a little bit of an edge. There is going to be that, probably, Adam, 10% factor with Salford this season, isn't there, where clubs, because of the money, because of the high profile, maybe just raise their game that little bit more.
They will do. Even though they are the newly promoted side, I think that, listen, you play well against Salford, you might even get a move. You never know.
Header by Coulson. Powerful header forward by Elakobi. Gianni got the shout there from Chris Neal. All the way back here to Brill. Certainly Orient will really need to improve their away record against the top sides if they are to challenge for the title this season. Highest placed team they beat away in the previous campaign was Fylde, who came 7th. Also beat 3 of the 4 relegated teams as well on their travels. It's a big opening day test though for Orient. Nothing between the teams at the moment. Karoma, Clay, Alabi. Right at the end of the first half, it's a good ball over and very good goalkeeping. Great awareness there from Neil, who stuck out that right hand. They've worked it well again here. Alabi.
Enough at the far post, absolutely free. If he'd have lifted his head up a bit more and maybe have clipped it to the far post. It's good to see that one of the 2 midfielders for Orient getting forward there. It's Craig Clay, decent save though in the end.
He's had a good debut here. Chris Neal, it was Max Crocombe, the New Zealand international, who was the #1 last season, but Chris Neal brought in from Fleetwood over the summer. Had previously worked with Graham Alexander. They knew each other from Preston, actually. Well, there was nothing on that ball that we could see, but I'm reliably informed it is a minute to be added on here. What have you made of the first half, Adam?
I thought the first 25 minutes was fairly decent. I thought that both sides were getting into good areas. I thought on the right-hand side in particular for Salford, I thought Wiseman and Lloyd were making a good partnership and asking questions of Widdowson and Mackinoff especially, and they were getting a good 2-on-1. And a few times that Danny Law was coming in on that left foot and putting 1 or 2 balls in, but again we're talking about the slight lack of quality. But I think for Leyton Orient, I think they've been excellent. You're going to go through periods of the game where you are going to have to throw your bodies in front of the ball defensively. Had the best chance with Northern hitting the post, so I think Justin Enner will be pleased how his side have sort of weathered the storm every now and then.
And that was a hefty challenge right at the end of this first half. Alabi flying into that. Not plenty of the ball, but it was a challenge that was very much felt by Wiseman.
Well, he's done that brilliantly as well. 3 or 4 occasions, talking about defending from the front, stop the ball going forward. He's worked very, very hard for Justin Edinburgh's side, and that also is an added factor. Then that gives Macaulay Bond the time to say he can actually concentrate more when they don't have the ball to find space for himself, knowing that Alabi's going to be doing the work, the hard work when you don't have the ball as well.
It's a big opportunity for him as well, isn't it, this move to Orient?
Yeah, I mean, the Chester, when he was at Chester that season, he's scored quite a few penalties, and not too many from open play, but then he got that move to Tranmere, and when you got Cook and Norwood in the side, it's always going to be very, very difficult to break in, and went down to Dover and never really hit the ground running. So a fresh move, a fresh challenge for him, starts as well possibly, but with Mooney and Harold in the sidelines as well, I think Justin's got good variation in that final third if he wants to try something different to partner Macaulay Bond in that final third.
This man could be really important actually to Salford City, Scott Wiseman from Chesterfield. They are trying to strike up an understanding, Bon. Of course, and Alabi. Bon was flying in pre-season. Scored 6 in 6. Alabi got on the score sheet as well in that final pre-season game against Southend. In fact, they both did, actually. He's struggling here, Wiseman. It's not looking good at all, is it? Last thing any player wants. You don't want to be injured at any time, I know, but first game of the season. Well, we'll see. We'll check on the fitness of Wiseman, but it's goalless at the break. Lawless has gone closest to breaking the deadlock, that shot that hit the inside of the post and then bounced out. And we'll get the thoughts of Chris Hargreaves and Grant Holt with Matt Smith next. But at the break, it's Salford City 0, Leyton Orient 0.
You know, just thinking, scratch cards are a bit like blind dates.
You reckon?
Yeah, let's watch Harriet play one.
Ooh, and she's right in there to reveal Tashman.
Moustache.
She doesn't like fellows with moustaches, though, does she?
Oh, well, hold on. It's all to play for her. She reveals a magician.
She don't like magicians either.
Ooh, tap, tap.
Oh, she loves rabbits.
Oh, it's a pet in a hat. That is superb. That is fantastic scratching.
Oh, well scratched, Harriet.
We came here to stay in touch with friends. We found others just like us. We felt a little more connected to the world. We didn't come here for clickbait, spam, fake news, and data misuse. That's not okay. Which is why Facebook is changing. From now on, we'll do more to put you in control and help protect your privacy, and show you more from the people you care about the most. Because when this place does what it was built for, we all get a little closer.
We believe that Pepsi Max has such a great taste that this summer, we're challenging the biggest selling cola in a nationwide blind taste test. Who will win? You decide. Search Pepsi Max Taste Challenge to find an event near you.
Like getting your money's worth? Then enjoy a freshly prepared 99p cheeseburger, part of the McDonald's Saver menu.
Flashback, metal workers in flat caps flick coins into a kitty and say, "We can do this." And they built each other's houses to prove it.
For your final memory challenge, what is your online banking password?
Oh dear. Was Windbreaker now? Off ampersand. Like cat names.
Oh, I got a tip on the horses. I'm going to have a go.
Lads!
And everybody.
Get bigger odds on your racing bets every day with Odds Boost.
Odds Boost.
One meeting a day boosts the price of your horse for every race.
Select Boost Bet. Nice.
Think she beat you by a nose, fellas? And we're off! Ladbrokes, for the betters of Britain.
Sunny. It's a funny one, life. All calm until one day it all gets shaken up. So it's sweet to have some emergency cash when that bear comes along. With Sunny, you can pay back your loan early and save money on interest. Yeah, that's life support. Swing by their site and stress not.
Fast, flexible loans from £100 at sunny.co.uk.
Everyone, please, order as many teeny tiny tapas as you wish. Thanks to your amiga Sally switching energy to compare the market, I'm here to split the bill with you all.
Hola, señor.
Ready?
Me gustaría pedir las gambas al ajillo y las patatas bravas, por favor.
Señor, su español es fabuloso. ¿Dónde lo aprendió?
España. ¿Qué?
Meerkat Meals. Get 2 for 1 on starters, mains and desserts when you buy through Compare the Market.
Mira's mum and dad got a smart meter, so every year they could save enough energy to keep her favourite song playing on repeat. Every night, all night, until she's 36. Save your energy for sleeping. Get a smart meter.
Not a man on this planet that's going to beat me at Windsor Park.
With a half Tyson Fury on any undercard is an amazing thing.
Yeah, roll up Belfast. Come on, let's go.
Welcome back. No goals here so far. Decent game, certainly for the first half an hour or so. To mark your car for what's coming on BT Sport, a new show from next Saturday, Saturday Morning Savage. You could probably have a good guess as to who and what's involved with that one. Saturday morning, talking points with Robbie and guests, 11:30 next Saturday. Make a date for that on 1. Wrexham Boreham Wood is our next live offering in the National League. That follows, Robbie, 12:15 next Saturday on 1 and in 4K. Of course, Score back next Saturday afternoon with Mark Jules and guests from 2:45 again on 1. And it's a full Saturday. Wolves-Everton, our first Premier League game live from Molineux, 5 p.m, 1 and 4K. And then Premier League tonight, of course, Jake, with the guys. And your chance to get involved, 8 o'clock next Saturday evening, 1 and ultra high definition. Chris Hargreaves and Adam Berger's up there. Grant Halter is here alongside me. I'll get your name right in the end.
Well, people do say we look alike.
Really?
Not having it.
Listen, to more important matters. A game broke out for 25-30 minutes there. It's kind of calmed down a little, Chris.
Yeah, it has a bit, yeah. I mean, the carnival atmosphere beforehand, and it's still a brilliant atmosphere around the place. I think it becomes a game where everything goes a little bit longer, doesn't it? Yeah. You know, at first, you saw Danny Lloyd getting involved and drifting in, trying to get it on his left foot and either slide someone, get a shot on, doubling up with his full-back. The more the game's gone on, Leyton Orient have sort of weathered the storm, and now it's just going longer to each set of front players, and it's just a bit predictable. So yes. I think at half-time, Graham certainly will just say, look, we can build through the thirds a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly. They've both got the ability to play through each other, and actually that's as close as we've come, Grant, that shot from Lawless.
Yeah. Good little areas, good little bit of play. First time they probably got 4 past the game. He gets his shot off. I think the defender, it was Hogan at the end, nearly put in for him. So, but that was a good bit of play. But that was kind of the start of them getting back into the game. I think in the first 20 minutes, I think they were all over him, Salford, moving the ball, getting the chances, creative. I thought Lloyd was brilliant. He's moving, and the kind of weather storm, like Chris said, and then they brought in. I've probably dominated the last 20 minutes. It's kind of a split half, really, to be honest.
We've not seen an awful lot of the big name signing in Adam Rooney, but maybe Danny Lloyd has been overlooked a little bit because coming from Peterborough, he's been the threat.
Well, he has, yeah. His movement's been excellent. And do you know what I've liked? He's been positive. He's tried to produce an end product, whether it be a cross, a killer pass, a shot. You know, running in beyond. He's willing to take his man on and actually do something. You know, he might choose the wrong option, maybe, but let's be honest. There, again, positive. I like what they've done, Salford, with the set pieces. Everything's been quick. Slides him in, probably should do better. And you have to say, with Rooney, pressure's expected on him, but Coulson's been excellent at back for Leyton Orient.
I think the one criticism, if you could say about Salford in that first 20 minutes, when they're getting in good areas, they're not putting it quick enough. You can see the two centre-forwards got absolutely nuts. They're moving. What you can't do against I was going to say that. What you can do is you can't let them get set Orient. When you let the two centre-halves get set, they are very, very good in the air.
Well, that's true, and defence is largely on top, actually, as they've got to grips with what are two good strike forces. So,
well, they are. Yeah,
managers need to think about how to change that.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking at trying to stretch a back four, isn't it? And then suddenly there's space in the gaps.
Exactly.
And they're getting the good players for both teams on those balls. And Danny Whitehead for Salford. Playmaking, getting Danny Lloyd on the ball a little bit more, and McAnuff perhaps more for Leyton Orient.
Indeed. No goals yet, but it's a decent game, and you feel two good teams here who, as the season unfolds, won't be that far away. They'd, of course, both love to start with a win. Salford not least in front of their high-profile owners. Back shortly.
Where the hell is this?
Here we go again, another 9 months of fun and frolics to get you back in the mood for football. And that's a fantastic goal! And then Sane, that's brilliant for Manchester City! Chelsea have won the cup. It's the champions against the FA Cup winners. Here we are again, the first showcase occasion of the new football season.
The best times are family times. There's still time to book your summer break at Butlins by the Sea. Visit butlins.com now for our best deals on school summer holiday breaks.
I may not have the skills, but at least I've got the hair.
Contact us for a free consultation or go online. Hair loss? Belgravia Centre.
Totally Money's different from other free credit reports. I even got Dan to check his score.
And it looks like she scored with him.
Get your credit score report at totallymoney.com.
At
At the Cotswold Company, our furniture isn't just beautifully handcrafted, it's beautifully affordable. This extra-large Chester Grey sideboard is just $549. Our charming Newark oak coffee table is only $149. This sturdy Westcote blue butcher's block is just $499. And our elegant Chantilly white 6-drawer chest is only $499. Make your home beautiful with the Cotswold Company.
I won't. Put up with breakouts. I use Proactive.
Proactive is 3 amazing products that work together as a powerful blemish-fighting system. Only Proactive has our Smart Target technology. It draws the blemish-fighting power into your pores to help end breakouts at the source.
And the Summer Body Duo is here. Get the Proactive Cleansing Bar and Body Brush worth over £30 absolutely free.
You can start winning the battle against breakouts. You just have to hit back.
Fight back against breakouts with Proactive, the 3-step system that's tough on breakouts and kind to your skin.
They say that good things come in small packages. 3,000 hours of testing, 108 prototypes, 4 layers of foam, multiple awards, and a life well slept. It just so happens to come in a box. Try the mattress for 100 nights, risk-free, at Casper.com.
I can tow you to the local garage, but the part you need isn't going to be cheap. What do you want me to do?
I need my car. I can't have it stuck at a garage out here. I need it on the road. Who can help? Quick, think.
Let's get it to the garage and see if they can fix it today.
Restore some order with a short-term loan from QuickQuid. Find out more at quickquid.co.uk.
What's up, Bob?
I was trying to think of the name of that credit card you use.
It was the Think Money credit card, Bob. Remember?
No.
They look to accept you even if you've had a bit of a wobble in the past.
Oh, right.
You can find out in seconds if you'd be accepted before you apply without affecting your credit score.
Oh.
And it has a credit limit of up to £1,500. So go to Think Money before you forget again.
Now I remember. This one.
Remember, go to thinkmoney.co.uk.
39.9% APR representative variable.
Welcome to the world's favourite online betting company. This season, Bet365 will feature over 300,000 different sporting events. We want you to feel so close, you can almost touch it. Oh, please, gamble responsibly.
A chance of finding someone who's perfect for me. That's why I'm on Elite Singles.
EliteSingles.co.uk for single professionals.
Welcome back. Goalless here then, second half not far away between Salford and Leyton Orient. Big night of boxing for you on Saturday the 18th of August in a fortnight's time. BT Fight Night, Carl Frampton and Tyson Fury in action in Belfast at Windsor Park. Promises to be a cracker. That do join us for that if you can. And of course this the first of a full fixture list in the National League this afternoon, opening day of course of the season. Likes of Barnet and Chesterfield who've come down of course from League 2 in action. You can see Barnet at Aldershot for instance. Wrexham go to Dover today. Chesterfield are at Ebbsfleet, of course went pretty close last year. Boreham Wood of course beaten in the playoff final last season by Tranmere. They're at home to Dagenham and Redbridge. All of those games of course kicking off at 3 after we are done here. Highlights as always on BT Sport on a Sunday night for you of the full story of the National League. Graham Alexander then, no doubt, and Justin Edinburgh with wise words for their respective teams. Scott Wiseman, it seems, fit to continue at right back for Salford. So more from Grant and Chris at full time. But let's, in the meantime, rejoin Adam and Adam.
Thank you, Matt. Well, good to see Wiseman back out for the start of the second half. I have to say, I wasn't too hopeful when he limped off the pitch after that challenge from Alabi in injury time at the end of that first half. Amazing to think, really, that Orient were playing in League One as recently as 2015. Salford were promoted as champions from the 8th tier that same season. And today they meet as equals in this opening game of the National League season. And so far, Adam Virgo, there's been very little between them.
Yeah, it's been very, very tight. Certain areas of the game have been quite edgy every now and then. And as Chris Hargreaves said at half-time, the first 25 minutes, I thought they bopped the ball around really well, both sides. But then I think Salford just started to get a little bit more direct, missing out that midfield, trying to play in the final third. But I think Coulson's been absolutely excellent in that centre-half role for Justin Edinburgh's side. And so coming out, early start of the season, Adam, you just want to get points on the board, and then the performances will slowly start creeping in as this game just get thick and fast as the season starts.
Early free kick here for Orient. Both these clubs looking to carry over the positive momentum they had from the end of last season. Of course, goes without saying really for Salford, they were the champions of the league below, but Orient finished in the previous campaign pretty strongly as well. Only lost 2 of their final 9 games in the National League, and they won 5 of them too, so there was certainly a base on which to build there for Justin Edinburgh. Chasing this is Ibu Toure. Chest down by Gaffney, he finds Walker. Whitehead. Nicely worked. Lloyd will give chase. Walker's in support, Lloyd with the ball in. There's the opening goal of the National League season, and it comes within 2 minutes of the restart. Salford City are up and running in the National League. Delight for Graham Alexander.
Brilliant start to the second half. 2 players combined that are going to have a lot of responsibility on them this season. And it's a tremendous run from Danny Lloyd. Gets between the 2 centre-halves, and he's got so much time to look up and pick a pass out. And it's a quality ball in. And what Gaffney does brilliantly, he just takes it first time, doesn't he? Justin Edinburgh will be wondering how he's got that time to get that first time shot off. A brilliant goal all round. The link-up play that we've been talking about hasn't quite been there in the front. But that's certainly now settled to the confidence of the home side.
He spent the last 4 seasons in the Football League since he moved over to this country from Ireland. Won promotion from League 2 to League 1 with Bristol Rovers in 2016. He actually had Gaffney a flying start to his career with Bristol Rovers. 5 goals in his first 7 appearances for the Gas. He's off the mark already here for his new club, Salford City. Ling, Bon, cut out by Whitehead, and now Walker inside here to Lois Maynard. Lloyd. The reaction here of Leyton Orient's going to be really interesting. They've really started the second half on the front foot, Salford City. Alakobi with the header. Well read by Hogan. Gaffney just hesitated slightly there. It allowed Alakobi to make the clearance, helped on its way again by Widowson. Good ball by Rooney. Good first touch by Walker. Intended target was Lloyd, it was cleared by Coulson. And it's all Salford at the moment.
Yeah, good start to the second half from Salford. Goal alone, but their performance is just a little more pace into the game. A bit more purpose to their passing, looking to get it forward as early as possible.
Rooney. Gaffney tried to get it back through to Rooney. Coulson got in front of Lloyd. Karoma. Chased here by Walker. Brings Macaulay Bon into the game. Support arriving here from Lawless. Bit of time and space initially to send her the cross. He goes past Walker. It's over towards McAnuff. And it's dropped kindly, but it's a terrible miss. Oh, goodness me. Glazed over by Karoma.
Oh, what a chance this is for the youngster. Great ball initially. To head it back across into an area. He's got time, he's got space. It takes the deflection of Wiseman that puts it into the path of Karoma. It's a really, really poor miss from him. Good pre-season, and you wonder how he's managed to hit that one over. You won't want to watch that one back.
7 goals in 6 pre-season games for Josh Karoma. He got 4 in 1 game against Harlow Town. But when it really mattered for Orient there, just couldn't find the finish. Decision goes against Orient and Macaulay Bott. But even though the chance was missed, Adam, it's encouraging for Orient that after going a goal down, they're at least showing ambition and creating chances.
Great ball as well from Lawless to hit the far post. It was a good header back. Should be 1-1. We should have a goal so far, Leyton Orient.
Clay. Intercepted here by Walker. He's done nicely there. That's a good sliding challenge by Clay. Widowson flying in as well. Now it's Lawless. Coulson suffered a broken toe at the end of last season. Widowson. Wide it goes here to Ling. It's 21, Sam Ling. He's the son of the director of football at Orient, Martin Ling. Macaulay Bott. Lawless. Showed too much of that to Toure. It's Coulson chasing this under a bit of pressure from Danny Whitehead. And by Bond only finds Toure.
Just saying to his players, don't drop the tempo now. Oh, a couple of minutes after the goal, they've just dropped the back a little bit, just allowing Leyton Orient just a little bit of time and possession on the ball.
And a back by Piergianni. Goes to Rooney. Misjudged header by Widowson, but Adakobe's there to help him out. Nice for Nabi to try and keep that in, and he couldn't. Got away from Rooney, and Coulson was there for Leyton Orient. This is Lloyd. Wide here for Toure, Everton youngster. Time and space for Lois Maynard. Played with purpose to Lloyd. Rooney was calling for it inside the area, but intercepted and cleared by Ling. McAnuff wants it wide. Ball that was at an uncomfortable height really for Joby McAnuff, and they could be made to pay here because here's Rooney, but the flag's up. Was quickly up on that far side as well.
I think he'd be disappointed with that one, Adam Rooney. when you're looking down the line and you've got time, you can see where he is now. Just a yard offside though. Hasn't quite clicked for him yet.
And he said such was the level of interest and criticism and fuss, general fuss really, when he made that move from Aberdeen. Adam Rooney said he turned his phone off for 4 days. He said he was just a bit shocked by it all. I think it was particularly the social media side of things. Ten gone in this second half. As Ling prepares to take this throw in. Maynard, who got the head to that for the Amis, sent forward again by Lawless. Alakobi still up there. Cleared by Hogan.
It's a horrible ball for Widdowson to deal with.
Great play that by Gaffney, showed real strength.
Defender's nightmare, that ball played forward.
Wiseman. Maynard. Toure. Gaffney, the goal scorer. Worked that nicely, there's the cross. And it's put behind by Clay, and another good Salford City move.
What we were criticising him in the first half for, really with that final delivery not being quite right, but 3 or 4 times now, the little give and goes, Leyton Orient are really struggling to deal with. It was good defending in the end at the far post, but they just can't quite get close enough in and around the 18-yard box when Salford City get those little give and goes going.
Looking to keep on the pressure here, Piergianni with the header. Whitehead is first to it, and there's his cross, and there's Bond's header clear. Deep cross, which is body clear by McAnuff. Wiseman. No free kick, says the referee. And there are 4 forward in this attack here for Leyton Orient. It's the pacey Karoma. Bond's in the middle, Alabi's in the middle. It's Karoma, the angle's tight. It's a wasted opportunity in the end.
When you get time on the ball and you're running like you are, it's a great challenge, isn't it? And now they're away. Got to have something more in your mind. I think when he gets the ball here, he's not too sure whether to cut in on his right and look for a pass or go down the line. So it's neither in the end really what he wanted to do.
Well, his manager, Justin Edinburgh, is a big fan of Josh Karoma. Says he absolutely believes in him, but also he needs to add more consistency to his game. That's the challenge for the teenager this season, as Justin Edinburgh prepares to make his first change. Lloyd now for the Amis. Movement from Gaffney. Lloyd looking to go alone. Walker. Gaffney looking to get on the turn here, the centre forward, feeds Rooney. Ball back to Gaffney, just wasn't quite well enough placed. Coulson got his head to that. Really not on the same wavelength really as Walker there, as Ling sends one down the line. Now Orient should be able to make that first change as we approach the hour mark. It's James Brophy who's coming on, and I think there would have been a fair amount of O's supporters surprised that he's not started. It's Lawless. Man, he hit the post in the first half, who's withdrawn here. He had a very good second half to last season, James Brophy, particularly in a more advanced role down the left. Has also played at full-back, but seems to be more at home now, further forward.
Well, they do now. I mean, they've got out-and-out pace now on both flanks, with Joby McAnuff now just going into that central midfield role. It's no surprise that one of the two holding midfielders in Clay or Lawless have been sacrificed just for a bit of pace on that left-hand side with Brophy. Interesting to see now how Danny Lloyd defensively copes with a bit more pace going forward, that he can't really afford to leave Wiseman too isolated on his own on that right-hand side now, with Widdowson looking to get forward as well.
Now, could be a chance here for Gaffney. And Gaffney, brilliant save.
He's picking up some really good positions now, Danny Lloyd. He's been positive. Whereas before, he was looking for crosses into the box. Now he's getting more central, looking for little through balls. Finding some good positions. Gaffney more than probably Rooney at the moment, finding the best opportunities.
Here comes the corner, taken by Walker. There's an important header there from Coulson. It's Gaffney's goal that is the difference between these two teams, scored just 2 minutes into the second half. Lloyd with the pass, Wiseman. Is it going to be the perfect start to life in the National League for Salford City, or will there be a comeback here from Leyton Orient? 2-1 favourites, remember. Newly promoted Salford City to win the National League this season. Pressure to deal with, and Walker places one.
Well, they've certainly come out a different side in the final third, Salford. So much more confidence, a lot more belief. Finally seeing that area of play that's really starting to click together. They know I need to try and get a foothold into the game now. I thought they reacted quite well after conceding the goal.
Remember, they are looking to do something that's never actually been achieved since the National League was created in 1979, Salford. That win back-to-back promotions from 6th tier to 4th. They certainly have the resources to be the first club to do it, but what a long, hard season it is. And as Graham Alexander said before the game, that the team that starts the season for Salford, as with just about every other team, very unlikely to be the team that finishes the season.
Happens every year, Adam.
Wilson beat Gaffney to it. Let's throw in. Gianni. Just an ambitious effort from the centre-back. Made him with a few goals last season when he was the Supporters' Player of the Year. Hogan. Younger brother is, of course, Scott Hogan. He plays for Aston Villa. Played together at Salford City College. Here's Gaffney maybe now. Coulson just getting in there for Leyton Orient.
It's a good play there from Gaffney. Oh, he wasn't going to win the headers. He just put a little challenge in on Ella Kobe. Coulson read the danger and came across and helped his centre-half partner. I just think the gap in midfield for Leyton Orient from their defence getting forward is just too big at the moment. A lot of running for Clay and now McAnuff in that midfield area, and the extra man in midfield for Salford with Lloyd just dropping short is causing them a problem.
Gaffney's pass to Wiseman. Whitehead's cross and Walker was arriving. That's to be dealt with by Link. Toure up from the back here. Just looking for some movement here. Provided by Walker. Taken out of play though by Toure. Still plenty of time for Orient to turn this around, but they're certainly going to have to create more. Hogan. Wiseman. Turning stuff from Widowson, but it's back with Hogan of Salford City. Macaulay Bond. Wide here is Alabi. Brophy, fresh on the sub, looking to hit the byline. He stood up a great cross too, and it's Joby McAnuff. Oh, and it's Macaulay Bond who's put it over. Second really good chance that the O's have had in this second half.
It was a brilliant clearance originally from Alakobi. That's why they brought Brophy on now, for that bit of pace on that left-hand side. But when it comes back, you're thinking, who's the one player we want it to fall to? 7 yards out. Macaulay Bonnan just leaning back slightly, and they've had good chances in this second half and not managed to take one of them yet.
22 league goals last season, 6 in 6 in pre-season. They couldn't find the finish there, Macaulay Bond. Only Andy Cook and Danny Rowe scored more National League goals last season than Macaulay Bond. Now Alabi will chase this. He's got plenty of power about it. It's a good header back though by Hogan.
He did brilliantly there. Ball over the top. Just for a split second, I thought it favoured Alabi first. It's good experience there defending. Very good defender, Scott Hogan. I'm surprised that they got him in the National League North, taken away from Gateshead, but certainly going to form a solid partnership with Pond on the bench as well. Certainly good options there for Graham Alexander at the back.
McAnuff. Widowson. Good hold-up play here by Bourne. And it's off Wiseman for a throw into Leyton Orient. Just one or two signs of encouragement here for the London side. Their supporters have made those who've travelled from that part of the country a round trip of about 460 miles. There's plenty of them made the journey as well, just behind that goal which their side attack now. Alakobi. Joby McAnuff now in that central area, which he has been used in at times during pre-season. It's another option for Justin Edinburgh. Macaulay Bond. He's going to get another chance here. Decided not to use Widowson. It's over towards Karoma, but it was just too high. It's well worth having another look at the goal that separates the side, scored by Rory Gaffney.
One similar in the first half when the ball was played back to him. There was a good block in the end from Coulson, but great movement from Danny Lloyd. It's always difficult when you have a wide man to make those central runs in between the centre halves. Picked him out brilliantly, and then all of a sudden, I think the Leyton Orient to get back into the game, and that's a really poor miss. I thought that one should have hit the back of the net more than Macaulay Bond's one, to be honest.
They've had the chances to be in front, Orient. You should remember they hit the post in the first half as well. It's turning into, at the moment, a frustrating afternoon for the Brisbane Road side. Player's just going to have a well-advised water break here while Danny Lloyd gets some treatment. Just while we have this break in play, let's tell you what we have coming up on BT Sport. We're at Wembley for the season curtain raiser tomorrow. The FA Cup winners against the champions. Sarri against Guardiola, Chelsea against Manchester City. That's also in 4K. You can see all the goals from today's National League games in our highlight show, and that's tomorrow from 9:30 on 2. Our next live National League comes from the racecourse a week today. Wrexham, of course, managed now by Sam Ricketts, up against Boreham Wood, last season's defeated playoff finalists. BT Sport Score returns with Mark Pugac a week today. 2:45 the start time for that on 1. And our first live Premier League offering of the new season comes from Molineux. Newly promoted Wolves meet Everton Saturday 5 o'clock for that game that's also in 4K UHD. A change made as well here with Lloyd withdrawn after that knock, and it's Horton who comes on to replace him. Former Fleetwood player, signed from Fleetwood in January. That's a worrying sight though, I have to say, for Salford, one of their major summer signings, along with Rooney, on the bench for the final 20 minutes here.
Well, he signalled straight away when he went down that there was an issue straight away, so to get it over and just get the treatment on it straight away.
Of course, a full fixture programme today in the National League. Barnet's first game back in the National League sees John Still take them to Aldershot, of course reach the playoffs 2 years running. Newly promoted Haventon Waterlooville make the long trip to Barrow. Martin Allen's Chesterfield go to beaten playoff semi-finalist Ebbsfleet. Gaffney with the chest down. Of course, Harrogate begin life in the National League at home to Sutton. And it's quite true what has just been pointed out to me in my ears, that any trip to Barrow is a long trip, really. I don't think there are any short trips to Barrow. Horton with the ball over. What's he thinking, Adam?
Frustration, to be honest, Adam. I think that side have created the best chances and shouldn't be a goal down compared to the amount of Salford that have created in that final third. I think he'd be pleased in the last 10 minutes in particular that the ball in the final third to Bon and Alabi have been a lot better than what it was probably in the first part of this second half, and they're maybe to get themselves up the pitch a little bit more. I certainly believe he'll have another chance before the end of the game.
Brophy. It's looked lively since coming on. And there's his precise pass for Corona. Got plenty back here, Salford. Can Leyton Orient find an equaliser here? They've got a corner at least. Encouragement from their supporters behind that goal. Salford defenders getting themselves set here as Joby McAnuff, something of a dead ball specialist, gets ready to take this corner. Alakobi couldn't quite get to it. Ling strikes it, that was travelling. Now they've got to get men back here, Leyton Orient, as Gaffney tries the one over the top. The goalkeeper, Brill's come a long way. Not a great pass though. It's a trip there on Brophy. Scott Wiseman to take the throw in here. His entire career has been in the Football League, Championship, League One, League Two. His arrival just another sign of the intent at Salford City. He's been taking his time over this. There's a foul there on Alakobi as he made that clearance. Well, I've never seen quite so much ice, Adam. You know it's the opening day of the season when you see that, but it is a worrying sight, that. How are you feeling in the first game back, Adam, going into the final 15 minutes? of the game. I'd imagine you're really feeling it in the legs, but it could be a chance here for Bond. It's poked towards goal. Vital last-ditch challenge there by Hogan, who acknowledges, I think, that he made the original mistake.
This is where you mentioned just then, Adam, final 15 minutes. Tiredness is certainly going to creep into the game. Tiredness with defending like this, tiredness with the finishing. Don't take any chances now. I think Chris Neal does well, because when he comes out, I think Macaulay Bonne is aware that the goalkeeper's very close to him.
Ling's long throw in. It's causing problems for the Amis, but they've got it clear. Brought down by Brophy, but he's only given it away here to Horton. Good ball to the goal scorer, Gaffney. Up against McAnuff, who did very well. Trapped back superbly there, the veteran.
He did brilliantly there. Great ball through from Horton originally as well. Leyton Orient will leave themselves slightly open at the back now. It was good defending in the end from the veteran.
Just played for Reading in the Premier League, Joby McAnuff. Toure. All the way through to the goalkeeper, Brill. Waste no time looking to find Alabi. It's turned into a great ball and Bond's waiting in the middle. Now, Alabi wants a corner, but the referee's given a goal kick here.
Brilliant kick. Great, I'd love to see that from a goalkeeper, Adam. That was a good decision in the end there for the referee. He's made one or two ones that have been questionable.
Let's talk about the players maybe feeling it in the first game back in the final 15 minutes. Worth remembering that the fixtures start to come thick and fast at the start of the National League season. They've got games on Tuesday as well that Salford will be hoping, you would think, to get Danny Lloyd fit for. They're away at Gateshead on Tuesday. Orient at home to Ebbsfleet. That'll be a tough game. One of the playoff semi-finalists last season, the Fleet. Certainly Salford's home form last season was a key reason for their success in National League North. No team won more home games in that division, 15 in total, the same number as Harrogate. They're on their way at the moment to an opening day victory at home, but Orient could have other ideas. Led by Elakobi. Wiseman. Given away by Horton to McAnuff. Toure. It goes to Gaffney, but Coulson met it with his head.
I'm looking to think now to bring on James Dainton. No surprise in my case. Just a little bit of extra pace that possibly go out wide. Could maybe go to three up front now.
Here Gianni, challenged in the end, able to head back to Chris Neal. Whatever happens with Orient this season, it has to be remembered that it's a club that very nearly became extinct just over a year ago. To finish mid-table last season, to stabilise and give themselves a platform for growth was actually good progress in the end. Is there to be an early setback for them this season, though? It's over the head of Link, and now it's Rooney, and Gaffney was there, and Horton's there, and Gaffney's there too. No one could apply that crucial final touch. It's a bit of a let-off that for Orient. Graham Alexander seeing his side go close to getting a 2-goal cushion here.
Just seemed to have sort of ducked his way out of it, really. Maybe a bit more belief to go and attack the cross. Maybe the pace of it, he was looking just to maybe try and control it more than put some power through it.
So Charlie Lee, he was the club skipper at the start of last season, but suffered from injury, a bad knee problem in August. He's on. He's replaced Sam Link. Also seen Brophy come on earlier, and now also on the third and final change as well is Dayton, who will also add and provide them with that threat in a wide area.
Yeah, needed a bit more. Another option out wide. Crime has done well in periods, but nothing really been created apart from the chance that he's had. And Craig Clay just going to that right back spot.
Foul there by Walker on Clay. Leyton Orient unhappy. They seem to throw the ball away there, Walker. So just confirmation of that change. Karoma withdrawn for James Dayton. National League winner with Cheltenham back in 2016. Made 23 league appearances in that campaign. He started out at Crystal Palace. But he's a great source of creativity for Orient, Dayton. Alabi beaten in the air. 11 assists he got last season, Dayton. Can he find one in what remains here? On the ball now, Dayton. He appeals for handball. And it's come to Lee. Might be tempted to hit it. In the way was Rooney. Are they going to put a bit of pressure on here, Orient? Not like that, they won't. For Alabi to chase, who's always up against it. Well, Salford ahead of schedule really when the class of '92 came in, including Ryan Giggs. They said they wanted to try and achieve 2 promotions in the first 4 seasons and actually managed 3. Now the Wales manager as well, Ryan Giggs. Walker. Coulson got in the way. Widowson. Brophy with space to run into. Kept in by Dayton. Clay. Dayton. Direct runner, as he shows here. Dayton brings Brophy into the game. It's a good build-up this by Leyton Orient. Can they find the finish? Again, it breaks down in that final third. It's going to be Leyton Orient's ball. Well, including added time, we've probably got around 10 minutes to go here in the sunshine. Gaffney just couldn't pick out Rooney. At least acknowledges the intent of his teammate. Well, Gus Mafuta is going to be brought on by Graham Alexander shortly, maybe to just shore things up in central midfield. Clay. Brophy calling for it and getting it. Dayton, I should say, good ball! Out off the post! And it's still not in! What a let-off for Salford. The second time in the game that Leyton Orient have hit the frame of the goal, once in either half. Lee was in there. Good ball over from Dayton. Now it's Brophy. Outside of him goes Widowson. Brophy comes inside. It's a really good run. It's Alabi. It's Lee. They're holding on a bit here, Salford.
They are back to the walls at the moment. They really now need to dig in. That's why Graham Alexander's going for this substitution for Mafuta to come on. You see chances at him, you wonder how it hasn't gone in. Great block from Hogan on the line, and then Lee again, the keeper's done brilliantly to close that one down. Adam, they've not had half chances, they've had brilliant chances, and again, I wonder how that one has stayed out. They deserve to be in front, in my opinion. Scoreline does not reflect their performance today. But what a brilliant bit of goalkeeping there. You have to give credit to Chris Neal. Gets up off his knees quickly, and he's brave as well going there.
Well, it just won't go in for Justin Edinburgh. Still time though. Final 5 minutes. Brilliant goalkeeping that though by Chris Neal. It was brave too. We've seen Mafuta come on for Walker. And Coulson's up from the back and he's won a corner. It's all Leyton Orient now. They aren't giving up.
Well, they're going to be physical, and you need the likes of Gianni and Hogan to really step up to the plate and win these long balls in as well.
In it goes. Towards that back post, and it's in! Finally! They've been knocking on the door, and finally, Leyton Orient have kicked it off its hinges, and they're on level terms. Well, it's hard to say that they don't deserve that. So many players in the box. It's Clay who's taking the acclaim of his teammates.
You certainly just feel that a goal is deserved. Hogan may have got the last touch in off the line, but they've just attacked it brilliantly. They're trying to hold out. You put it into an area and you go and attack it that Leyton Orient have gone and done. Yeah, certainly an own goal in the end from Scott Hogan. He wouldn't have known anything about it when it struck him, when it went through on goal. But you have to say the away side certainly deserved that, and look what it means to them on the bench.
Chance after chance after chance, and finally it's an own goal that has got Orient on terms. Hogan, who's had a brilliant game at the back, you'd have to say, for Salford. A little bit unlucky there, but Orient aren't lucky that they're on terms, far from it.
They certainly deserve it.
And the skipper with the deflection that means it's 1-1 here. And they might feel they can go on and win this now, Orient. The wind is in their sails. Brophy. His introduction, by the way, has had a really positive effect for Leyton Orient. Widowson, Lee. Clay. Players in both sides really having to dig deep now in this, the first game of a new season. It's a tired ball forward by Coulson.
Well, you've got to give credit to Justin Edinburgh because he's made positive substitutions. Brophy's come on. Well, that was a really good one to come in. Dayton as well. But you have to say they deserve that goal. I think it would have been criminal if they hadn't come away with at least a point minimum today.
It's Widowson. Real test of character it was for Leyton Orient, going a goal down so early on into the second half against the title favourites. But it's a very different mindset about this Orient team, very different character about them to which we saw at Sutton United on the opening day of last season.
Completely agree, Adam. They've kept at it, they've missed good chances as well, but they've kept going and going. That's a big test for Justin Edinburgh, so just coming into injury time.
Mafuta, still chance for Salford to go on and win it. Horton. Is there going to be late drama here at the Peninsula Stadium? Mafuta, Maynard, wide it goes here for Wiseman. Mafuta from a Gateshead play. Toure with the cross, and that was the chance for Rooney, but he was way off the mark.
Well, it's certainly been a difficult afternoon for Adam Rooney. Really starved of any chances, and that was always a difficult one to get on target.
Graham Alexander getting a bit of a frustrated figure. So close to an opening day 3 points. Looks as though it's been snatched away from him, and it's the Orient supporters who are making all the noise at the moment. Into the 4 minutes to be added on then. Here's Bon. Can somebody win this? McAnuff, Bon, Alabi's in the middle. Oh, and it's a touch from the goalkeeper that keeps it out. Brophy. Oh, Brophy's done brilliantly here. 3 in the box. And there's the shot, which is off target from Dayton. They created the chance so well.
Well, I said they should have maybe come away minute. They should have had 3 points today, Adam. The substitutions that they made out wide have been excellent, been positive. They'll be disappointed they've not found it to come away with 3 points, but a good reaction from Leyton Orient.
Dayton, the latest to go close, just in Edinburgh. Even if it's not to be all 3 points today, you would think we'll be happy with the performance, the effort levels. I suppose as we go into the closing stages here, Adam, we should get your man of the match.
Well, I think there's a couple of contenders, but I think Josh Coulson for me has been the player that's been absolutely outstanding at the back. The first 10 minutes, he was making 2 or 3 crucial blocks that kept Leyton Orient in the game. And then second half, when they're under the bit more pressure, he came to the forefront, won so many headers, and they've kept him in the game. They've kept going and going. He's been a colossus at the back.
Brill with the clearance. Mafuta. Just under 2 minutes to go. Gaffney. Mafuta. There's lots of space out wide for Toure. Rooney. Well, one back by McAnuff, who's then brought down by Rooney. Programme of midweek fixtures coming up on Tuesday night in the National League. Just to remind you, Salford away at Steve Watson's Gateshead. Orient welcome last season's playoff semi-finalist Ebbsfleet to Brisbane Road. Always have to hit the ground running at this level. Into the last minute of added time.
We saw a Tranmere, didn't we, last season, a slow start that ended up getting promotion, but certainly cost them the league.
Just a stoppage in play here because of a problem, a head injury suffered by Macaulay Bon here. I was going to say he might be checking his social media, but I'm not sure he's on Twitter, is he, Ryan Giggs?
I think he's looking for a new razor company for his beard.
But he's...
I think, listen, it's a difficult game for Salford City today, coming into it with the pressure that they've had to be under, and everything going into this game of how they're going to play with the new players that have come in, the money that they've spent. I think for Graham, it'd be one of these ones, he's glad he's got it over and done with. They'll be pleased with certain aspects of the game. I'm sure they now know there's a lot more to work on.
The final seconds here. Hogan. Wiseman. Just a bit of added time here. Mafuta. Biagiani. All square there at Morlaix. Nothing to separate these two would-be title contenders. It was Rory Gaffney, one of the 6 new signings who started today for Salford City, who got them up and running 2 minutes after the restart in the second half. But you'd have to say that Leyton Orient fully deserved the equaliser that came for them in the closing stages. A shot by Clay, the unfortunate deflection off Liam Hogan, the Amis captain, making it 1-1. Graham Alexander and Justin Edinburgh, each with plenty of food for thought. Midweek games to prepare for now, long hard season ahead, and it's finished here. Salford City 1, Leyton Orient 1. Let's get the reaction of Adam Verga.
Well, I think, listen, I thought it was a good game in the end. I thought there's periods of the game today where it didn't really quite click for both sides, but I think Salford's have now got a good idea of what they're coming into this season now. The expectation on the football club of trying to get promoted. I thought it was a difficult day for Adam Rooney, but I'm sure with more game time in this league he'll start to find his feet a little bit more. But I've got to give credit to Leyton Orient. I thought they were excellent today, going a goal behind, and I think in the end, I think Justin Edinburgh's side deserved 3 points. They created the better chances, but as a Leyton Orient player, if this is the favourites we're coming up against in Salford, we've given them a run for their money today, so they've got to take that confidence moving on now for this season. But I think it was a good game in the end, in my opinion, and certainly a lot to ponder on for the National League now this season.
As you can see, the reaction of the Orient players, it's almost like they've won the game, isn't it?
Well, they will do. I mean, it's a massive point. And you go back to last season, first game against Sutton, so many questions are asked of Leyton Orient, and they didn't deliver. And they didn't deliver for the first half of the season. But from what I've seen today, and positive substitutions that Justin Edinburgh made, in terms of Brophy coming on, as well as Dayton, it changed the dynamic of the game a little bit more. But I think he'll be pleased, Graham, with the side's performance today. A lot of changes, a lot of new players coming in, certainly finding their feet a little bit more.
He said before the game, Graham Alexander, that Orient would give them an early marker as to where they are. What do you think?
That's a fair reflection, Adam. I think it's a really good, really good point. That he'd say to his players before the dressing room, forget where Leyton Orient finished last season. These are going to be contenders for playoffs minimum. And if they can click and they can get it right and they can stay clear of injuries and suspensions with the smaller squads, they can push themselves all the way.
Well, let's get some reaction then. Matt Smith is with the Salford City goalscorer Rory Gaffney and Josh Coulson of the visiting side Leyton Orient.
Thank you very much, Adam. Yep, got two of the participants. Obviously one on the score sheet, one very much, I should think, pleased with the outcome, Josh.
Yeah, look, we've worked very hard. Sucked up in the first half, made a few good blocks that they've come out firing, scored the goal, and we dug in and got a good point away from home.
No, indeed, and actually you came on perhaps strong, really, didn't you, second half? Didn't give up, perhaps a different Leyton Orient to 12 months ago.
Yeah, look, we've done that in pre-season. We've gone behind and come back against some good sides. We're fit, we've had a good pre-season, and that just showed today.
Yeah, indeed. Good goal for you. Obviously, when the football links together for this newly arranged Salford, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. I suppose we're probably disappointed we've only scored 1 goal today, but sure Leyton Orient will be saying the same. I think they could have had 3 or 4 goals, so I'm surprised the game finished 1-1. But yeah, we're probably disappointed now that we've dropped the 2 points, but I think 1-1 is a fair result.
Yeah, and actually they did come on pretty strong second half. You were, I wouldn't say hanging on, but you were in a game second half.
Yeah, definitely. They didn't give up, and they pushed us right to the end.
Yeah. And how far down the road do you feel you've come in pre-season? Obviously it's a new bunch of players, 13 new signings, of which you're one, so there's probably still getting to know each other.
Yeah, definitely. I suppose we're only getting used to playing with certain players. Adam Rooney's only come in about 2 weeks ago along with Danny Lloyd. They're obviously going to make a difference to the starting 11, but I think in the next couple of weeks, because we have a lot of games coming up, so I think in a month we'll probably know each other a lot better.
Yeah, you both go again on Tuesday next Saturday. Listen, well done both. If you wouldn't mind, because Josh was named as man of the match, you both know both each other, just pass on the honours, that would be very kind. There's also a charity cheque, which I think is big in size and goes to a charity of your choice, so well done both. Thank you very much, Josh. And Rory, thank you both.
I don't want to put that in the bag, it's a bit big for your bag.
Where is she?
So well done, obviously both teams, really excellent game for the opening day of the season. Obviously all change at Salford City with 13 new signings. They will be pretty pleased with certainly most of what they got today. Maybe they wanted 3 points. Maybe they felt that up to the last 20 minutes they'd done enough to secure that, but Leyton Orient were not for giving up today and did pretty well to end up with a point apiece. So to come, Ireland, Spain, that's available now in the hockey, of course, on 3. There's the NBA Africa game today from 4, that's on 2. Double helping of tennis later tonight. Silicon Valley for the Classic semi-finals, that's tonight at 9 p.m. on 1. And at the same time, the semi-finals of the City Open, that's on 3. And UFC, of course, Dillashaw and Garbrandt leading the bill. That's from 1 a.m. tonight over on 2. But here at Moor Lane, one apiece. Rory Gaffney with an excellently worked goal. And they were good value for that at the time, the home side Salford, but back came Leyton Orient. OG in the end, but they were good value for that. A point apiece, a goal apiece. We'll round it up when we come back.
I'm only coming out to play. My God, so precious. It's yours, it's mine. It's yours, it's mine.
Time to go mad in the field.
Embracing the stink is what festivals are all about.
Let's do this.
That's not good.
Crowds are not fun. Claustrophobia is not fun. I just want to go home, have a proper shower and a poo.
Hello.
Get back here now!
Oh my God!
Now with O2, £20 doesn't just get you a massive 18 gig of data with unlimited texts and minutes, it also gets you 6 months Netflix on us.
Introducing the gorgeous ladies of Wrestling!
But hurry, the 18 gig for £20 SIM plus Netflix won't be around for long. O2, more for you.
What do we do now?
Isn't it obvious? Place one more hacker and I'll qualify for Betway's free bet club.
Impossible.
I can place as many multiples as I like. I get £10 in free bets if I spend 25 quid. Well, they just do it every week.
There's so many.
I know. I can place a bet on any of these sports.
For the love of the game, Betway.
Choose the fate of your finances. Take control and track